Good afternoon, everybody from SeaWorld Orlando. Today we are coming here to try out the brand new Penguin Trek roller coaster. Very exciting stuff here. This ride has officially opened. It is a family coaster. It is a launch coaster. It is right behind Manta, so it is pretty close to the front of the park, which is kind of nice. I do see some storms or some stormy clouds in the area, so let's hope that the weather holds out for us here, but we're gonna go ahead and try this. I did try this the other day. The line was incredibly long. It was gonna get a little too late, so hopefully today it's not as bad. It is still a new coaster overall, so you know, we are gonna have to wait a little bit of time, but either way, let's head inside and try out Penguin Trek, the brand new family coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. Now this month we have free express pass, or here I think it's called the quick queue after 5 p.m. as pass holders. This machine here can be so finicky, so I don't always recommend trying it, but sometimes it works, but it's super slow. I see people that are attempting to like get whatever their rewards are, and I feel like 80% of the time it just doesn't work, so that kind of stinks. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and get checked in. It doesn't look too busy here right now. I am hoping to get you guys some cool visuals today. We got the GoPro in the bag. We've got the Ray-Ban Metas on my face. We obviously have the camera, but that's not gonna be able to record the on-ride footage, but I'm hoping to get some really cool stuff for you guys. And if all things go well, you guys should have some cool POVs. Also, I mean, everything's running right now. I see Manta going, so I'm hoping there's no issues. Like I said, I'm really hoping that the weather isn't an issue either. That's my biggest concern, but looks like everything is operational right now. Looks like Manta is a posted 45. We might do that in a little bit. We do have our quick queue after 5 p.m., so maybe we'll do that in a little while. But again, first things first, so definitely getting over here to Penguin Trek. I do want to try Rita's as well. This kind of recently opened, and it always looks really good. So we may have to pick something up later. Remind me, somebody remind me. Maybe Nicole will remind me. Now, I don't see the signage yet. I see the Wild Arctic. I don't think that's necessarily it. I feel like it would say Penguin Trek on here for the signage, but we don't see it. I do think you can go either right or left when you come up here to like the Manta big pretzel loop that you're coming up to. I like to go left because as you kind of like swing around, you'll kind of see, but the entrance is kind of straight ahead. It's in a weird spot, but I don't know if there's any difference between going left or right here. Let's check this out. There it goes. Boom, Penguin Trek right behind us here. As we are getting into the video today, though, I do want to ask something kindly from you guys. If you guys do enjoy today's video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, we are heading over here. Also, the Dippin' Dots booth is closed. Oh, never mind. It's just like a booth up front. I saw the side and it was like kind of closed off. We also have the parade viewing area over here. They do have a new parade show that has entered the SeaWorld area. I think it's, I don't know what it's called, like something to life maybe? Or is it like come to see, something to see? I don't remember. It's something, but it's a new parade. There is Kraken, and we have actually Mako behind it. All the coasters are going right now. We do have a gift shop over here to the left, which we'll check out and show you guys some of that really quick. You can see some of the merch. Also, it smells very fishy in here. Holy cow, that is stinky. Penguin Trek shirt here, nice little light blue. Some shot glasses, big oversized mugs, and we have kind of like these like tumbler style kind of mugs here, or these cups. Funny enough, it looks like they still have opening day shirts here, which I did see the other day when I first came to attempt this. So maybe they should change it to opening week, but I guess it makes sense that they don't have the actual like dates and just says opening day. But I like it. And then what do we have here? We have like a little, I don't know, like a token thing, and I don't know, what all is this? I was gonna say it looked like a postcard, but I don't know. Maybe just kind of like a little medallion. It does look like a lot of the merch in here is kind of generic SeaWorld merch. There are a few more things with penguins on them like this here, which is a long sleeve. This is kind of fun too, this like zip up that's black and white. I actually kind of like that. It's kind of a cool design. Looks like something you might buy at like PacSun though. You also have some shirts here. So you've got this orange shirt, not small, but penguin size. You have some little penguin statues. Oh, they're kind of like soft and rubbery. You have that design that we saw on the shirt there, that little like black and white. And let's see, over here I did see these like little like kid slipper things that have like penguin feet on them. That is actually cute. And then you have what looks to be a big towel, very soft towel or blanket. I think it's a sea tail blanket. So I think you can kind of like wear this and maybe look kind of like a penguin. I don't really know. And then you have a little like gamer penguin here. Pew, pew, pew. Game on SeaWorld. But again, a lot of the stuff in here is pretty generic SeaWorld merch. You do have a few like penguin things in there, but overall, nothing too crazy. The big things were definitely up front here for Penguin Trek itself, which was this merch here. Oh, we do have a penguin lounge fly. That is adorable. Look at, he's got like a little fish in his hands. And then you also have a big photo frame if you guys want that. Oh, is it for the ride itself? So I think you could put yours in here. Oh, limited edition, 55. So maybe not. Maybe this is like a unique thing to get. So I guess that's actually kind of cool. I guess there are like a few toys and kind of things like that here. Again, a lot of penguin-based things. But as far as Penguin Trek itself, that I think was it. A lot of this is kind of just like showing out the penguins, which we'll show you guys in just a little bit here. So it looks like it is a 75-minute posted, but I also see right here, I think this is the gift shop when you actually leave the ride. Because I think the other one is when you actually do the penguin exhibit. So I think this is like the actual merch shop. More bubble wands. Everybody knows my fascination with universals. I really want one of theirs. Let's see what else we have in here. I don't see anything Penguin Trek related again though. So maybe this is just a generic one. We do have a Spirit jersey though. It says SeaWorld there. And it actually says right up back here, that Spirit jersey like brand there. All right, so I think that's it. Okay, we won't spend too much time on the merch again. I tried to show you the Penguin Trek specific merch. They do have like a little food stand over here as well, and then an area you can eat right over here to the right. I do actually like the theming. Over there it says air-conditioned seating, which is probably pretty nice. And it's kind of these like, I don't know what you call these. I'm just gonna call them huts that I feel like you would see like out in Antarctica. Let's go see what kind of food items. I'm seeing pizza over there. So outside it looks like we have a few drink options here. Let's see, frozen cocktails, some wine, bottled beer. So some alcoholic options for the most part. And as we head in, let's go see what they have. So it looks like this is very quick service seat. It looks like you're gonna just pick what you want off of these and go ahead and get checked out. So pizza bundle, 2 pepperoni pizzas, 2 fountain drinks for $35. Wow. SeaWorld is known to have pretty expensive food and beverages though. I think that's why the like all-day dining is such a good deal, because I think it's like 35 or 40 bucks we've gotten it for, and you can get like a meal like every 90 minutes or so. But over here you get Asian signature combo, so you get orange chicken, teriyaki chicken, or beef and broccoli. It does include fried rice over here. That actually looks kind of good, I'm not gonna lie to you. But we did not activate an all-day dining. We are just here for a little while. The chocolate cake also looks pretty good. And then finally, it looks like we have the tender towers. So you can get some tenders and more tenders. So lots of tenders over here. Well, there you go. That is what you have in here. So some nice options for food. It is pretty well themed in here too. I do like that. Always appreciate some good theming. Lots of people are coming in here to ride this ride, and I do think you can still get the quick queue. It is there, and ADA ride entrance is available. I think there are stairs, so I think you would have to end up taking an elevator of sorts if you guys are going to go ahead and do that. And just what I am seeing from the outside here, it does look like the queue does start outdoors. I think it wraps around there and then heads inside. But it does look like this line can get pretty long from the looks of it here. So it does look like there are some switchbacks outdoors. And like I said, I think it does end up going inside. And I will let you guys know as soon as we head inside what the like actual situation is for stairs and things like that. This is pretty cool. You can actually see the braking mechanisms right here kind of acting and working. There's like a hydraulic system right there. And they're kind of like going down and taking those fins up and down. All right, so the test seats here make it look a lot like Rollercoaster. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like here. Follow me here. Bring it in, and you're gonna bring it down, and you're looking over here for a green light. So red to green, and that's your seat. It's a little bit more bucket-like than Velocicoasters. It kind of feels like a racing seat in my opinion. So overall, Seems like it's a pretty nice sized seat, but I have seen a few people, unfortunately, that haven't fit yet. There might be some tricks like Velocicoaster where you can kind of jump and push, and that might help you get in there. This is a fun little kind of mural over here, it looks like. So if you look, there are some numbers out here. You can kind of see them. So right in front of us, we have 9 and 10. And if you actually come over here, it kind of shows you, I think these are different types of them or where they're from. So like 9 and 10, Northern Rockhopper. Oh, they're endangered. 10 was then Southern Rockhopper. So you have Northern and Southern Rockhopper, and it's kind of fun. And you can see like their little locations that you can find them. And they do look different. So this is 13 here. You can see next to it is 5, and then 12.
I don't like the big eyebrows.
The big eyebrows, yeah. We have 9 and 10 again. Let's see, 3 are over here. So a few different options that you could see, and it's all different types. Well, it looks like they do have lockers over here somewhere. Oh, okay, right here. It's kind of tucked away. So that is kind of nice if you guys are looking to do a locker rental. By the way, you have 2, oh, they don't have them on this one. Let's go to the other side. Oh, they're all sold out. Well, normally you could do either a single use or a multi-use locker. Single use, I think, is like $2 or $3, and you basically just get like one locker for one use. The multi-use, then you can actually go ahead, do it here, go to another ride, do it there, etc. Well, thankfully, the lockers for Atlantis aren't very far, so we're just gonna put our stuff in here. But that's crazy. It's not that busy today. I think it's down to a 45-minute long wait, so I guess we'll just use these. We have just finished up on Penguin Trek, and I have to say, immediate thoughts, that is a great ride. I think they really knocked it out of the park with this one. It is quick start to finish, but it is not super fast. Definitely more intense than something like a Slinky Dog Dash, but it's not, you know, like Velocicoaster level or anything like that. You don't go up too high. You do some ups and downs. It is a nice, smooth, fun coaster. And there are 2 launches. You have the very first launch, and then you got a second launch. I'm sorry about the video. There were some kids that were screaming some kind of crazy stuff behind us, and I think I had to edit some of that out. So I think I just put audio. Hopefully you guys are still able to see a lot of that ride through. But I think that was a lot of fun. I think this is something that really suits SeaWorld well, because outside of all of their roller coasters, the next thing that you have would be like Sesame Street if you wanted to do like a kid-friendly coaster. And I think that's too kid-friendly to the point that like you don't have that bridged gap. So Penguin Trek offers you something that's not gonna be too intense for the Mantas, the Makos, things like that. Because I mean, those are pretty intense rides, in all honesty. This is just intense enough to really kind of get your feet wet with that intensity, but still smooth and kind of kid-friendly enough that it's not gonna scare you like crazy. There were some very young kids on it. None of them were freaking out or crying, you know, before or after. I think it is a very good balance. And we need to see more of this, I think, inside of the parks. It's a good step up from kind of the kiddie coasters, if you will. You know, it definitely goes to that level that I think we need inside of some of these theme parks. And they knocked it out. The theming was fantastic. I think they really kind of grasped onto the Antarctic kind of vibe with the penguins and everything. The penguins were really cool that you get to see at the end. It is a little inconvenient that you can't leave without actually like going through that exhibit because you're waiting kind of a long time to get outside, which is fine. I think I overheard them say there is another way to like leave quicker. But either way, I think it is just, I don't know, something that was definitely needed. Very, very cool ride.
So I think adding this ride to the park is actually really nice because I've been here before with like, you know, friends who have younger kids who aren't totally ready for the mantas and like the makos of the park. And all there really is icebreaker, and icebreaker can still be kind of intimidating. So a ride like this seems like a really nice way to kind of like introduce them to something to like mako without it being too scary just yet. Personally, it's not the fastest, but it's also not supposed to be the fastest because it's like that family-friendly ride. But it was really smooth, the launches were nice, there were no sudden drops, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy having this option for like families with younger kids. But on the way out, I was actually talking to one of the employees, and she said they did not build an exit to this ride directly. You have to go through the penguin enclosure. And like part of the penguin enclosure is keeping it temperature regulated. So you're almost like stuck in like these certain rooms when doors are opening and closing to make sure it doesn't get too chilly in there. Now someone who's with the animals is like in charge of watching like guests who are dealing with the ride, and like she has no part in that. So it seems like a shame there's no exit, but it's also kind of cool to experience the penguins.
As Penguin Trek is flying by us here, I guess that is a good point. I thought I overheard her say something about like being able to cut through. I think you could just cut through like a small part is ultimately what it was. So yeah, you are still kind of forced to kind of like wait it out inside of there, which is, I guess the only downside is the exit queue, and that would be it. Yeah, and it is. It's very, very cold, and not like, it's 32 degrees in there? For real? Oh, 32 degrees. It's very cold, like to the point that like her like lanyard was like super cold to the touch, and like yeah, she was wearing like full blown like winter gear inside of there, and we're in there in like shorts. She's got a tank top on, and it's like, oh boy. So very, very cold, but either way, really liked that ride, and I'm glad they did it. This is super cool to have, again, Penguin Trek here at SeaWorld. I think just that addition is something that was very much needed. So either way, we're getting out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. If you did, again, enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.